Good morning and welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I am Kim Watkins. I'll be your trainer. Today is Thursday, April the 4th, which means we are doing a level 4 difficulty workout. That doesn't normally happen, but it is April 4, which is the 4th month of the year, and it's the 4th day, and it's a level 4. Well, sounds like it's got to be a good workout, and I think it is going to be a good workout for you. So make sure you've got bare feet, no shoes, you are standing up straight. Get those shoulders back, tuck in your tailbone, squeeze your tummy muscles, and then plant your feet or widen your feet to double shoulder width with your pinky toes and heels in line. That means you don't let your toes turn out. Now clasp your hands over your head and rotate your body down to the right. This is the windmill warm-up move we've been doing all week long. So you are hinging at your hips, keeping your back straight, and rotating the body down to the right and up to the left. And then once more down to the right, up to the left. Feel that stretch in the lower back as you touch your fingers to the floor. Now switch directions for me and rotate down to the left and then up to the right. Make sure you inhale through your nose. Exhale deeply and controlled through your mouth. One more time, down to the left, up to the right. Very good. Okay, for 30 seconds now, I want you to jog in place. Get that heart rate up, get the blood flowing, pumping, and go ahead and go. Time starts now, 30 seconds. So today's workout, we'll be using the same 6 moves that we've been using all week. We're going to do 2 sets, like we always do. And the first set will be instructional, which means there'll be some time in between each move for me to explain specific pointers in terms of how you begin, where your foot placement is perfect, or how to breathe and how to precisely move in order to get the most out of this 15-minute workout. Remember, the very, very most important thing to do is to listen to my cues so that you can make this the most efficient workout that you can. Without that, you let momentum help you out, you let gravity help you out, and those 2 physical variables will diminish your output and will help you or will not help you as much in terms of boosting your metabolism and ultimately getting the most out of the exercise time that you have. Okay, the first move, as we've been doing all week, is a little ballet. So bring your feet into first position, heels together, toes all the way out, and get them as wide as you can. Really test yourself here. You've been doing this all week, so you know what this feels like. Contract your glutes and really keep your back straight, squeeze your tummy muscles, bring your arms in that big circle position, that ballerina position in front of your chest, or put your hands on your hips if you prefer. We're doing a demi-plie. So you're going to bend your knees, lowering your body straight down about 6 inches. Keep your feet on the floor, press into the floor with all 4 corners of each foot. Inhale on your way down, exhale as you lift back up. Let's start the 30 seconds now. And go. Take your time. Remember, you're a ballerina here, so you want to move gracefully. You want to move with complete control and with deliberate sort of contraction on the way down, all the way, and then as you switch directions, pause for a moment. Reflect on how it feels to be in that demi-plie, and then lift up slowly as you exhale completely. You've got about 5 seconds. We're going to take things in a completely different direction next with our walkout move. Today we're doing a walkout jumping jack. So now separate your feet about hip width apart. Make sure your toes don't turn out. You want your pinky toes and heels in line. Walk those hands out. Right, now do 1 jumping jack with your feet. Jump out wide with your feet, jump back in with your feet, then walk the hands back, stand all the way up. Time starts now in 30 seconds. Make sure when you get into push-up position, with your hands on the floor, your shoulders are vertically over your hands, and then your butt is going to be down, meaning you're going to make 1 straight line with your body. When your butt creates an angle between your torso and your legs, your abdominal cavity isn't fully engaged. When your butt is down and straight and flat, then your abs, that transverse abdominis, that inner layer of muscle that wraps your rib cage, your obliques, and then those external muscle layers in the back and in the front, those are all contracting and working together, and you want that. You're all set here on the walkout jumping jacks, but don't get up. If you're on the floor, stay down there. We're going to do lateral mountain climbers. So lateral mountain climber means that you're going to jump one leg out as the other leg is bent. Instead of one leg being straight back when the other leg is bent, your leg is extending out to the lateral side the entire time. You're just going to alternate the inward knee, outward leg, inward knee, outward leg. So it doesn't matter which leg you start on in terms of kicking it out or jumping it out, but go ahead and start those lateral mountain climbers with 30 seconds. Time starts now. If you need to go backwards to yesterday's cross-body mountain climbers where you are extending your legs straight back like you did before, that's fine. Even the standard mountain climber or the mountain hiker, the walking mountain climber, is perfectly suitable as long as you don't stop moving. That is the name of the game. Just keep on going. You can do this. We are halfway through the first set. You're going to turn the body over here in 5 seconds and go into a hip bridge like we've been doing all week, working those hips. Very important component to functional strength. Okay, turn your body over. Now you are laying on the floor. Your head is on the floor. Your hands are down by your sides. Your knees are bent, feet on the floor, pinky, toes, and heels in line. Again, lift up the hips. Now lift up your heels. Same as yesterday, the ballerina hip bridge. If you have foot problems, you might want to use your whole foot. But if you're able to, or were able to sustain the ballerina hip bridge yesterday, go right back into that. And we're going to do an alternating very slowly, very gracefully, a ballerina kick in the bridge. Okay, so leave your right leg on the floor first, lift the left knee a little higher, and then extend that leg out, kind of like a kick, but a very gentle one. Then bend the leg and put the left toes back on the floor, then alternate with the right. Time starts now on 30 seconds. We call this the ballerina hip bridge kick. Not a very ingenious name, not a very creative name for this move. If you can think of something else to call it, please let me know. I love getting names from people. One of my clients, actually, one of his favorite things to do when I go and I see him physically, I see him on 73rd Street in Manhattan in New York, where I operate my primary business, and he renames all of the exercises that I have him do. It's quite amusing to me. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're into your tabletop. My favorite position to exercise in, as you probably know and are sick of hearing about. Okay, so when you're in your tabletop, remember your body is facing up. Your torso and your thighs make a tabletop. Your hands are on the floor, fingers facing forward, and they're directly underneath your shoulders. Your feet are underneath your knees, pinky toes and heels in line. Once again, don't turn those toes out. Now you're going to do the folding tabletop, one of the 5 Tibetan rites, and I do this move every single day of my life 21 times. You're only going to have to do 5 or 6 of these. So what you do, you're up there in the tabletop, you lower your butt and rotate it up underneath your torso, in between your hands, straightening your legs in the process. Your toes come up off the floor, your heels are on the floor, right? Now, some people have shorter arms and longer legs. If your butt touches the floor, no big deal. Just keep your weight between your hands, absorb as much body weight as you possibly can without sitting on the floor. Then go back to tabletop as you exhale. I'm going to start the time now, 30 seconds. Go ahead. This is so good for range of motion through your chest and your shoulders, your rotator cuff. People that end up with weakness and therefore problems in their shoulders when they do certain kinds of activities like golfing and tennis, having real strength through that functional area and doing exercises like this is very helpful. If you have a problem, obviously see your doctor. As always, I recommend everyone talk to their doctors and make sure you're in good condition to do most physical fitness exercises before you begin. But here we are, almost through the first set. Stand back up and let's complete the first set with a lateral hop, and today we're adding a floor tap. So start laterally hopping. You're not going to do this the whole time. We're going to go 10 seconds, and I'm going to start the time now. Remember, you've got the bend in your knee. You're bending lightly on your foot. You're jumping right to left and right to left, keeping your feet straight. Okay, now jump all the way to the right. squat down and touch the floor with both hands, then explosively jump up and over to the left. 20 more seconds. Go ahead. You're tapping the floor, squatting all the way down and tapping the floor on both sides. And try to make it a big lateral hop too. Don't just hop an inch or two. Give it a go. You're a downhill skier. You're squatting all the way down each time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Awesome work. Good job. Okay, that was the first set. Take a break. Have a sip of water. Take a couple of deep breaths. We're going to start the flow set in 15 seconds. So get yourself ready here, mentally ready. We're going to do the flow set, which means very little time in between each of the exercises. The only time that will be allowed in between each move will be transition time, in case you have to move from a different position or into a different position. Okay, let's go with the first position, demi-plie, and time starts now. Remember to keep your back straight. If you have a tendency to curl your butt kind of out, like if you stick your butt out a little bit, that probably means that you have a pelvic tilt, a forward pelvic tilt, and you want to keep that pelvis as vertical as possible. So focus on keeping your tailbone tucked in. Squeeze your tummy muscles. You are 10 seconds away here. Remember, you're only bending the knees and lowering your body at about 6 or 7 inches. And 3, 2, 1, walk out jumping jacks. Time starts now. 30 seconds. You're only going to do about 5 of these, maybe 6. 5 of these or 6. Very good. Remember to keep your butt down. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So important to focus on the breathing rhythm as you get better at exercising. And believe me, there is something to be said for a beginner exerciser, not necessarily getting as much out of exercise time as someone who's a little more advanced in terms of understanding the mechanics of each kind of move. How you breathe, how you distribute your body weight, how you use your energy source, the floor, draw energy from your floor, and use your internal energy, that kinetic energy that resides in your core. Okay, let's do the lateral mountain climbers again. Time starts now, 30 seconds. There is, when you start working with your body, especially when you are coming out of a sedentary lifestyle, if you're somewhat overweight or you've been working with chronic injuries and fatigue, you're going to struggle a little bit in the beginning because you're not going to know exactly what to do. I see so many people, this is not in this week's workout, but a squat is a really good example of something that is so valuable to functional fitness, but that if you don't know how to do it, you don't really get a lot out of it. And that's why people don't really like squats so much. But if you do them the correct way, the squat can be your friend for life. I promise. Okay, ballerina hip bridge. Go ahead and get your body into the ballerina hip bridge position, into your hip bridge with your heels up. Now do your kicks. 30 seconds. Time starts now. Remember, these are not kicks as in, kickboxing kicks like we might do a little more forcefully sometimes. These are graceful ballerina kicks. So take it slowly. You're almost halfway through. And we have 2 moves after this. Then you'll be all set for your Thursday. And that means you're 1 day closer to this first weekend of April. Very exciting. We're back in New York. I think I told you I arrived yesterday, so I have been here for a little bit of time, though I am still sluggish, I would say, from the flight. All right, now into tabletop position. Let's do that folding tabletop again. You're rotating the body up underneath in between your hands rather. Time starts now on your tabletop, and 1 move after that. Exhale as you bring your body back into tabletop, and make sure you press your toes into the floor. That helps you recruit the back of the leg, get that hamstring area and your glutes in action. All right, 3 seconds more. Finish the one that you're on, then stand on up. Let's do those lateral hops with the floor tap. Ready, set, time starts now. Last 30 seconds. Get your heart rate back up for another 30 seconds, and you are going to feel great. So if we Done a little bit of everything, as always, a little aerobic conditioning, some strength work, lots of focus, and this is typical of me because I am so very focused on trying to help people stay strong despite the fact that they're sitting all day, is work within the hip region and the glute region and the back of the leg and your core, your back and your tummy. So enjoy this. I hope you have a great day because you spent this little bit of time with me. And we'll see you tomorrow for Friday's Level 5 workout. I'm Kim Watkins from In Shape Fitness. Have a wonderful day.